Hello, UC families. Welcome back to week 3 in our Soulful Home packet and our theme of healing. This week we will focus on From the Mailbox and On the Porch. Our From the Mailbox segment connects us to the wider world, in particular focusing on dismantling white supremacy culture, through the brave and inspiring leaders that send us messages of hope and deliver ideas on how to fight racism. We can connect to the greater world and help in the struggle to fight racism. This month, of course, with our theme of healing, our segment focuses on self-care. And in the Soulful Home packet, you'll find a link to an Instagram and podcast by Balanced Black Girl. So check that out, explore that, and see what resonates with you. What do you see in there or find that is healing your spirit? Next, you can support healing spaces. Places such as yoga studios, or spas with massage therapy and aromatherapy. Where do you find these places in your community? Or maybe they aren't in your community. Who do they serve? And what support do they need? Especially during this time of pandemic. Perhaps they've all closed. If that's the case, then where do people go for healing? Our next segment is On the Porch, and that's an opportunity for parents or adults in general to connect with our theme and explore with it. And this month we have an artistic journey for you. It's in our segment called A Sip of Something New, where you try something new. So gather some art supplies. Could be pens, colored pencils, markers, whatever. And sit in a space that's, conducive to some quiet contemplation. And then read the quote in the packet, or you can just listen to me recite it here. It is by Pema Chodron, a American Buddhist teacher, and she says, "We think that the point is to pass the test or overcome the problem, but the truth is that things don't really get solved. They come together and then they fall apart. Then they come together again and fall apart again. It's just like that. The healing comes from letting there be room for all of this to happen. Room for grief, for relief, for misery, and for joy." And with that thought, imagine a room of healing just for you. If you want to close your eyes, you can do that, but you don't have to. And think of this room. What would be in this room that is healing for you? What do you need for grief, relief, misery, and joy to be expressed? And draw this room on paper. It doesn't have to be a perfect drawing by any means. So whatever it is you need in this room, and capture it in whatever way best works for you. And after 5 or 10 minutes, share your drawing with your partner or other adult. Maybe they've thought of something that you didn't that would really spark joy and healing. The next part of our On the Porch segment is spiritual snacks to share. And this is a time to sit with another adult, whether it's your partner or not, and ponder some questions on our theme of healing, sharing your thoughts. And this month, our Parents on the Porch gathering will be virtual on November 22nd. So join me and we will consider some of these questions in our virtual time together. But if you'd like to think about them ahead of time, here's a few of those questions. What role do you play in your family for healing? How does your faith connect to healing? Or is there a childhood wound that still needs healing? And if so, how can you go about continuing that journey? And remember, our message board, our mantra this month is healing takes time. So that is our segment for this week. Next week, we will have At the Bedside and our blessing. Until then, have a wonderful week.